Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Hof Bergmann. We have 2 days left in our Farm Sim 25 Collector's Edition giveaway. There is a giveaway linked, pinned in chat, also linked in the description if you're watching this replay. It will end, the drawing will end on Friday at midnight, so there's 2 days left. Then we'll do a drawing. I want to send you an email basically asking you for your physical mailing address. I'll be sending that mailing address off to the marketing agency that will then be sending out the collector's edition. It is for PC, but of course you don't have to play on PC in order to win it. The only real restriction on who is going to be able to win is, sadly, you've got to be in the United States. They're not going to ship it internationally. Sorry, Farmer G and others. What is included in that collector's edition, you might ask? Well, glad you asked. We have, of course, a collector's box. It's going to have the cloths on it. Looks like that. You will get a DVD version of the game. It comes on 2 DVDs. If you don't have a DVD player or an optical drive in order to install it on your PC, don't worry. It does also include a digital download code, so you can download the game from the Giants eShop and then install it and activate it using that digital code. You also get a digital code for the Mac Don Pack, which was the pre-order bonus for Farming Simulator 25. You also get the 16-bit Retro Edition. Giants recently showed that off and profiled the guy who did the soundtrack and also the guy who made the 16-bit edition. We did our very first playthrough on the 16-bit edition before the game released. So if you haven't seen that video on the channel, go check it out. If you're into retro gaming, it's a fun little diversion. We also have the Farm Sim modding tutorials for Farm Sim 25. A whole bunch of stickers. We've got a digital download code for the New Holland CR11 Gold Edition Harvester. That is a special harvester that was made for, I believe, Agritechnica a year or 2 ago, and it's been immortalized now as a mod within the game. You get 3 posters, which will have the PDA for each of the base maps. A really nice, high-quality metal keychain. Let me there, that's the metal keychain right there. And to go along with your keychain, you get a USB ignition lock, which I just used to cut the engine off and start the engine on this harvester. That's what's included in the collector's edition. Of course, you don't need to own a PC in order to win it, but you will need a PC in order to use the ignition lock and take advantage of the digital codes and such. What's up, Backbone? Finishing up this harvest, and then we're going to talk about some Easter eggs. And I'm not talking about the colored kind that are here on Hof Bergmann. There's been a couple comments, a couple questions in some of the videos about a couple of those said Easter eggs. So I thought I'd show them off to you and, well, find out if you are aware of other Easter eggs, maybe what they are, then we can learn and talk about them together. Tomorrow we have the video dropped for the winery. That's a really great video. I enjoyed learning about the winery when I was putting that video together. It takes the hands-on approach a bit further than the Farm Sim 22 winery for sure. I would suggest in your own winery gameplay that you invest in 3 or 4 pallet jacks as opposed to trying to do it with 1. On Friday, we'll have the video about lime and the open pit lime mine and how we process limestone into lime. Saturday, we'll have a video about the fishery, fishing and such. And then a video upon request, again from the comments, will be a video on the hay dryer at the main farm on Sunday. Let's take this thing back up to the farm. Well, Tuki, that's perfectly fine. When I last looked, there were 77 entries, I think. 72 entries. Something like that. Some people buy the collector's edition just for the sake of having that physical box. The posters are nice, especially early when you're learning the map. The stickers are kind of nice if you're into that kind of thing. What's up, Rabbit Rob, the F version? How's it going? Oh, whoa, what? Oh my, do you not see this giant harvester? It's way heavier than you. Rolling down the road. No, I'm a car. I own the road, man. Oh, well, how about the folks that got it free off of Epic back in the day for, what, Farm Sim, what was it, Farm Sim 19 was free on Epic? Or free on the Play Store? Right? Who said giving stuff away doesn't make money? Oh, I talked about the shop menu. Let's talk about that. So there's a new mod in town called the garage menu. Right here. It doesn't like custom categories. But look, I can go to the shop, go to my garage, and I can see my medium tractors. I can see where they are on the map. I can see the stats of them. I can see my small tractors and where they are. Right. Like I said, it doesn't really necessarily like custom things, so it got a little issue there. Released today, it's definitely worth a download on PC. It is using a script, and therefore it's only going to work on PC, but it's definitely worth checking out. Psycho Kid, what's up? Oops. Raz, you want to know about extra? You want to know about extra Easter eggs? Here's your opportunity. All right, so let's hit the first one because it's a popular one. If you buy a case of beer at the convenience store, the gas station, right? We know we can come in here and we know we can come up to this fine lady and we can order a case of beer, right? And when we do that, there it is, and we can take this off. Well, let's come back over here to our farmhouse. If we bring the beer back to our house and put it here on this little table, well, one of the beer bottles comes out and we can sit here, but wait, I need some refreshments. Oh, yep, there you go. What better way of relaxing after a nice hard day than with a case of your favorite Okay. This one is brought to you by Sir Raznak. I'm not sure about how you should be sitting. All right, so let's turn this off for a minute. All right, everybody. All right, I gotta turn this music off. Hold on. Stop. Stop it. Okay, we're gonna go to YouTube. I'm gonna pull myself up. I'm gonna walk you through turning on closed captioning and through turning on translate. Okay, give me a momento. Translate. Oh, shush it. Shush yourself. All right. If you click on the little cog on the video, okay, it says settings. We want to go right next to that to our little CC for closed captioning. We want to click on that. Oh, shoot. I can't close caption this because I have it on low delay. Can I change this? No. Damn it. All right, this won't work. At any rate, watch this in replay. Watch this in replay, and then you'll be able to turn it on. And we have a little song about the map and Farmer Andy. There it is.
Hey Farmer Andy, oh so kernig, grüßt die Damen sehr behändig, Acker bauen und Meer verstehen, freudig übers Land wir gehen. Farmer Andy wirft den Acker, Schaufel schwingt er wie ein Macher. Traktor brummt, er zieht die Furchen, Sonnenschein auf seinen Buchen. Die Mädels lächeln auf dem Hof, Andi winkt und ruft Hallo. Rotes Band im Haar der Lena, füllt die Eimer mit dem Kleiner. Hey Farmer Andy, oh so kernig, grüßt die Damen sehr behändig, Acker bauen und Meer verstehen, freudig übers Land wir gehen. Anna kommt mit frischen Eiern, Andi sieht's und fängt an zu feiern. Arme um den Hals von Karin, so behält er seinen Charme in. Der Himmel blau, die Sonne lacht, Farmer Andy hat's vollbracht. Lustig schreitet er dahin, singt dabei mit frohem Sinn. Hey Farmer Andy, oh so kernig, grüßt die Damen sehr behändig. Acker bauen und mehr verstehen, freu dich übers Land wir gehen.
Okay, that was a hoot. All right, how about this? Here we go. There we go. You know, after here, let's turn this off. He's got nice taste in electronics too. Samsung. Anyway, after a nice hard day, you might. You might need a rest. Now, let's just say, if you find couches other places on the map, might be able to sleep in them too. Hint, hint. Now, this, I doubt that'll copyright me, but this one probably will. Over here at the shop, right? I mean, who doesn't work on tractors and have a radio? No idea what this one is either.
Andi wird es schon richten. Natürlich kann es eine Weile dauern, weil die Bäuerin sie nie den Andi immer ablenkt.
Anyway, I thought that was cool. Then anybody late to the party? We gotta make sure we get enough beverage. Okay. Those are the Easter eggs I know about. Like I mentioned, if you randomly find a couch somewhere, well, you might be able to sleep in it. Like that one. Right. There you go. So, fun little things hidden around on the map. You never know what you might find. As far as I know, there are no collectibles right now, but no doubt there will be collectibles in the future. And based on a comment, apparently Farmer Andy has confirmed there will be a map update post precision farming launch. That's probably when Clover will get fixed. Because right now we can't plant clover. It was working in early access, but I guess at some point one of the files got buggered up, and the part about Clover got taken out. Okay, I think this is it. Right here. Yeah, this is it. Oh, let's not get stuck in here if they close. Okay, well, uh-oh. That's not good. Let's get some grain meal and take it down to the pig farm. Then we'll mow clover. Is the gate still open? Yes. What's up, Tristan? How's it going? Goober Cooper, how's it going? I think you all came in when we were doing our little Easter egg stuff. So what do y'all think of the Project Motor Racing announcement that happened yesterday? Super looking forward to learning more about that and hopefully getting to experience that. Sometime between now and fall. Indeed, it's a week from tomorrow. We need to turn here. This way we're not driving through a farm. Monday I showed off some video. I don't know, Tristan, if you've had a chance to see that. It was the same video that was shown off at the State of Farm stream. Giants sent us copies of that after the stream. I can pull that back up if you're interested or others are interested. Well, Goober Cooper, that's awesome because you know what? I like you watching my streams. Okay. Let's park this over here. We also need to feed some pigs. And we might shift and Well, we might go and make some big bags of pig food. How's our smoked fish coming along? We'll have to sleep overnight for that. Park that there. Let's go mow our clover. David, thank you for being a farm baron. Farm baron for 18 months. So here's our clover field. We can't plant clover right now because it doesn't pop up here in our seeder as a viable crop. Therefore, we can't pick it to seed. Something happened in between the beta testing and the release version where the information got taken out. But for me, this field was planted in clover. So we're going to do a little bit of a clover harvest. See what the textures look like. See if we can ted it. I don't think this map has clover hay, but it's possible tedding clover turns it into just standard hay. Yeah, so we'll get tram lines. We'll also have pulse modulation on the sprayers. I feel that's more of an animation thing. Just basically spraying where it needs sprayed as opposed to just a steady spray. We of course had the see and spray concept on our herbicide for a couple versions of precision farming, right? But now it's kind of being brought forward on the liquid fertilizer side as well. And it looks like we're going to be able to use other sprayers than just the John Deere sprayers for that sort of technology. And we're also getting subsidies if we plant a cover crop like oilseed radish. So if we plant oilseed radish in the fall, at some point in the spring, the government will pay us money for the fields that we planted oilseed radish into. Then all of our other precision farming features will remain. I really use a bigger tractor. Is this thing done? No. Alright, we have the farm storage video that dropped. If you didn't watch that, then this will be a treat. I want a pallet of seed, please. So these racks are storage for pallets and big bags. All right, let's drop this. Switch tractors. I mean, it'd be cool if the haydryer took firewood and you had to split the firewood. Whoa, 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 stop. Please. When you randomly hit H and don't mean to. Okay. This thing should be able to seed. And then once we get this mode, we'll sleep through the night. So, those in the Discord, and if you're not in the Discord, explanation Discord for a link to that. Raz is looking to put together a 4-team single night multiplayer challenge. The challenge will be on the map 4 fields, and each team is going to get a field. Each team will be challenged to harvest the field, collect the straw off the field, and sell both in the fastest possible manner. This will be a head-to-head competition, so all 4 teams will be on the server at the same time. I think his goal is 4 teams of 4, so fill the server up with 16 slots. I have provided him the server, so if you're interested, check out the Discord post. It's in general chat, I believe. If you're interested and you're not in the Discord, explanation Discord will get you the link to join that, at which time you'll be able to check out the post. It's going to be sometime between Monday and Thursday, a Monday or a Thursday. Date is TBD. Time is somewhat TBD. But I think it would be no earlier than 7 p.m. Eastern. Just welcome anyone from anywhere, anytime. It can be cross-platform, so you can be on console. and I regret not preparing all the way for the stream because I don't have my Farm Baron sponsorship up. So this video is brought to you by all the channel members. Thank you for being Farm Hand, Farm King, Farm Baron, and Farm Seamstress. Sure, I just made that one up. So tomorrow we should be able to not only collect our smoked fish, we should be able to get the second or third step of the wine making process started. What's the most killer new feature to come to Farming Simulator 25? Now that you've had a chance to play with it for several months, what new feature are you can't live without? And is it the same feature you thought you couldn't live without when the game launched? Give you an opportunity to ponder. Trying to think about my own thoughts on that answer. I guess it would be just, you know, GPS. All right, there we go. Put this away. Oh no. We have 2-day months, so we can sleep. It's not going to mess that up. Oh. I guess I never put the... There. It was floating in the air. See how our butcher is still almost done. Almost done the butchery. Okay. All right, our fish should be done. No? Oh my gosh, it's still running. Okay. We don't have hardly any fish, so that's not worth doing. Let's check out the winery. So we have 7,058 cleaned grapes. And now we are processing our fermented grapes into grape juice. And as I mentioned, we're going to come over here and we're going to hit R. We already have 15 liters of grape juice. And we've just put those 15 liters of grape juice in our barrel there. So we're just going to keep that. We'll come back to that. We'll be able to package some grape juice today. Down here. Let me guess. You're out of pig food. Yep, you're out of potatoes. Okay, well. Empty your auger back into here. Thing got a hitch? Nope. Okay. We'll have to come back for that. Let's see if this grain meal will go into our silo. It should. Our haze dryer is still running. A little surprised at that. Oh wait, we do have potatoes. No. Seriously? Oh no. This is not a problem. Maybe I can return it to sender. Can I take it back to the grain mill? I thought for sure this would go in the silo. It did in 22, but of course, this is a complete rebuild. Have to see when the grain mill opens. Be the first in line. Oh, they open early. Good. No. Shoot. All right, well. I can't. We only have what? Man, that must be slow production. All right, fine. Take it back to the farm. Surprised it's only 500 flour. Like how we have not only people walking around, but we also have people like standing outside their houses and things. I suspect in future updates we'll have to interact with those. All right, we're going to okay, it's not called that. What's it called? Grain grist. There we go. And we'll fill that later. What are we gonna do anything in here? Nope. All right, let's put this in our pig food. That darn tree, it's right there. I can't see what I'm doing. Wheat's done. That back. We'll need that to easily do our pig food, pig bags. Just 20,000 liters. So I'll have some extra. Although if I sped up enough time. Give me some pig food. So it makes it quick. What's up, Ben? Welcome back. Feed these guys. Get another load. What is it that these pigs can hold? 40,000 liters. So we're not going to put 40,000 in this other one. Indeed, one day closer. It's going to release next Tuesday or next Thursday. We will be doing our normal precision farming multi-part series, but we're not going to be able to start that until the following week. Because I'm out of town the day it releases, and I won't be getting back until the following Monday. So remember, we took grain grist out, we just added it back in. And let's check our big bags of animal feed. Pig food is 2,000 liters. I want to make 5 bags of pig food. How about that? Fast forward a little bit. I'm gonna try to cut this off right around 10,000. 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, there we go. What's up, game PS4 VI? Precision farming. A new save for custom planters? No. Not as far as I would guess. Any code changes that relate to seeding and planting would be done at the game level, and anything that's defined as having a planting function should be able to pick up those new scripting bits. Of course, if for some reason the planter is not coded correctly, well, nothing has a custom soil map now because it's not out. And it would be a fool's errand to assume that Giants would keep the same naming scheme for the soil map from platform or from version to version. Just like they seem to almost deliberately change console commands from version to version. They changed the file name of the PDA from one version to the next of the game. So there's no assurances the soil map will be named the same. So someone that has just slapped one in there from last time, hoping it'll work, is pretty much just that, a hope. Hope and a prayer. I shouldn't. Because if the map is not updated, the soil map is included in the mod, Precision Farming mod, for any map that doesn't have its own custom. Just know that any field that you applied lime to will not reflect the lime application after you add precision farming. I would not waste on starting a new save right now. I would wait, because lime and fertilizer states are basically reset to whatever the base soil map would have it be, and whatever the configurations of the nitrogen levels for the specific crops, and if you have too much nitrogen, too little nitrogen on the field. Okay, we're gonna part this here. Yeah, I think precision farming simplifies the game more than anything else. So here's the thing, anhydrous ammonia will probably not work day one with precision farming, unless they've made significant changes as to how it's coded. Because the nitrogen needs have been previously defined in the precision farming mod. So if you have an alternate nitrogen source like anhydrous, precision farming wouldn't know anything about anhydrous and wouldn't know how much nitrogen is supposed to be applied, nor is it to any specific soil type, right? So basically in 22, the anhydrous add-on was updated to reflect a script that would basically add precision farming to the mod. Oh, that's an animal hoist. So prior to that script, you would have to edit precision farming to incorporate other nitrogen sources. So I'm sure Anhydrous add-on will get updated to include that script at some point. Just like on this map had compost in 22, so we're going to enable pallet creation B. Turn it on. They didn't like the auger overhead. One. Of course, if we had wheat, we could do the same for chicken feed. What's up, big country? Where'd the rest go? Oh, is it still in here? Yep. Oh, I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. There we go. So we placed earlier on in our gameplay, we placed a big bag stand over here by our rabbits. Let's put our pig food in that. And we can put the rest of our pig food over there in the storage racks. That'll work. That's good enough. I don't know how many bags I can store over here. We'll have to look. Uh, 24. We have lime, fertilizer, seed, and soon to be pig food. Since we're a little over halfway through our stream, I'll remind everyone once again, we are giving away a copy of the Farming Simulator 25 Collector's Edition on PC. The entry is linked in chat. The drawing will be held after midnight Friday, May 2nd. I will be emailing the winner, requesting you for your physical mailing address. Those within the United States are eligible. I'll be mailing or emailing the marketing company that is sponsoring this giveaway your name and mailing address, and they'll promptly ship out the collector's edition. They will not be marketing to you in any way. This is the same company that basically helped Giants with respect to their pre-release distribution of press packets and content creator packets when Farm Sim 25 launched. And I guess they've got a couple extra copies of the collector's edition. They reached out and said, hey, would you like to give away a copy? And I said, yes, sure. So that is linked in the description. What's included, you can see that right here on the screen. You get a physical DVD copy of the game. That also includes digital download code to get from the Giants eShop. You get a digital download code for the MacDon pack. You get the 16-bit farm game that was recently profiled on a live stream. I've also got my own playthrough video on that. You also get the FS25 modding tools. You get the USB ignition switch. You get a nice metallic keychain that you can either use with the key switch or use for your own keys. You get a digital download code for the New Holland CR11 Golden Edition. That is a model of a real-life gold-covered, gold-painted harvester that was at Agritechnica a couple years ago. You get 3 posters that have the PDAs for the 3 base maps, and of course a collector's box. I make map reviews of any map that I'm aware of. I do not go out of my way to look for maps, but if there is a map out there that I've not covered, then if you let me know in the Discord, I'll take a look. But there's just way too many questionable links out there for maps that would require too much time to try to track down the legit download source. If you do recommend a map, I do ask that you link to the legit source as opposed to one of those scam sites that just rehosts on their own platform, because I believe heavily in the concept of respecting the modder and mapper, and therefore sending people to the proper location to download something. I think Itch is a great platform, but I think the discoverability of Itch is absolutely horrific. So it's one of those things where you have to know it exists before you can find it. So you can't post links in chat. Which is why I said message me on Discord. I also typically don't cover map updates. This map is kind of the lone exception because this map just doesn't have an update. It's pretty substantial when there are updates. Alright, we were gonna head... We're gonna TED that Clover and see if it turns to hay. Where's our little doots? There it is. Big country, I'd say go check my Farm Sim 25 playlist. That would have the maps I've played on for 25. I don't remember maps. So the thing with me is I don't remember names of anything. I've used, for example, I use itch.io a lot. And I couldn't remember the name of itch.io. Or no. Gleam. Gleam.io for giveaways. I use that a lot. But every time I go to use it, I am like, oh, geez, what's the name of that company I use for giveaways? I don't know. Then I have to just Google giveaway site. And eventually I find it. I think there's an insatiable appetite for American maps, yes. I don't think you can ever be satisfied. There also is an appetite for 4X maps, but oftentimes players don't realize the amount of effort that needs to go into producing a quality 4X map. And in order to make a quality 4X map, it takes a lot of time. Because a 4X map isn't just ginormous fields. Quality 4X map has lots of other components. And it takes more than 4 times longer to make a quality 4X map than a quality single map. Standard map. pretty sure we just converted clover to hay. Go find out. Oh yeah, I like the it's fun when somebody comes on and goes, I wish someone would make this. And then I'll say, well, you know, you can go to the Giants Developer Network, download the editor, and take a look at the modding tutorials and get to work. That's how so many other modders started. They saw a gap in what they wanted, and they decided they were going to go make it. I'm going to make 150 centimeter bales just to make it a little bit easier to handle. What name of what map? This map is Hof Bergmann. Yep. We just made standard hay out of our clover. I will be doing a clover video once the map gets updated and we can plant clover. So until then, I'll be holding off on that. Other people have asked, can we dry clover in our hay dryer? My statement is going to be no, because it doesn't have clover as an input. If we look at our animal food overview, you'll see that cows will accept clover as a grass source. And sheep will accept clover as a food source as well. So we could bale this clover and feed it to our sheep. Once we get this, we'll run up to our winery and move a barrel up to our bottling facility. We'll get to use a lift. Backbone, click on the pinned post. There should be a link. Enter the link, and then at that point, just follow directions. I basically need a name and an email address. And then if you are selected as the winner, I'll email you for a mailing address. And then I'll send your name and mailing address to the marketing company, who will then send you out the collector's edition. Well, it's all good. I'm glad to see there's interest in it. I mean, these are pretty decent windrows. Yield is pretty good for Clover. All right, there we go. Oops. Oh, I don't pay attention most times either. That's why I run into things. But my excuse is I'm reading chat. No carrots over there yet. That there. Okay, up here at the winery. we now have 838 liters worth of grapes. Let's hit R. So we're now drawing grapes out of our tank and putting them into our barrel. We know our barrel's full when our valve closes. I think these barrels hold 675 liters, which is interesting because a single barrel will hold 250. In fact, let's go grab a single barrel. So we can move a single barrel around by hand until it's full. Then it's too heavy for us. So I'm going to put it on this platform. And we'll demonstrate this tomorrow in our winery video. Is that close enough? Nope. That should be. Yep, so now we are loading grape juice into our single barrel. That green square, that's universal auto load. So there we go. Now I could sell that in bulk. What I want to do with this. Why are you going crooked? All right. And let's jack this thing up. And we're going to take this over to our packaging area, which is up on the second floor. So we got to go over here to this lift. don't know why I can't drive this lift today. There we go. We'll meet it. I should have rode along with it. Oh, how do I open these doors? Here we go. Come on. You'll see I do a much better job of this tomorrow. Because we're crooked on everything. And I'm having a horrible time driving this thing today. So we're bringing our grape juice over to our packager. We're doing it the manual way, but yes, you could just do it the easy way. And the easy way would be to just come over here to step 3 and set this to distributing. Except it's going to distribute both to our aging area, where we're going to take our grape juice and make it into wine, and it's going to distribute to our grape bottling station. You might not want that. You might not want to make any grape juice here. You may want to only have wine. So there's reasons to not distribute. But at any rate, let's turn this on. Hit R. Activate. And we will see our production line. And then we'll eventually get a full pallet here. But I believe we need 1,000 liters of grape juice to make a pallet. Oh, well. Here, just fall off the platform. And our aging area is down there. So that's the gist of our winery. Yep. That is indeed what causes it. Down. Back up. And we can take our grape juice. And sell it over here at the pub. They can sell it for cheap wine. $1,200 for a barrel of grape juice. Now it's just 250 liters. We can also take juice, the grape juice, and put it up there. All right. What else we got? Oh, I'm gonna bale my clover. How much milk we got in here? Are you not going to tell me? Jeez. Not enough milk. Not enough milk there. Okay. Maybe next month. Quick connects. Are we gonna lose our hay? Nope. Alright, let's see what our clover bales look like here. Yeah, a little bit of Clover texture to them. Other than editing the XML, Tony, I don't know. I don't mess with modding or changing things, so. I don't know if you edit the number, if you also have to make provisions for it visually or not. It's just a number, so yeah, if you find it in the save game XML, then you should be able to tweak it. I assume once you start a save, it's in there. Otherwise, it's going to be in the map. Tell you what, the way this Clover is producing, I assume you're talking about this. I use it to hold 120 bales. I got straw in here. Speaking of that, nope. Well, it sounds like if you're at that point, you just need to sell the eggs. But I've never been one to really hoard things until a high price. It's just sell it. It'll also be interesting to see, because some folks reported that their clover didn't regrow. But I'm wondering if it didn't regrow because they cut it late in the fall, and grass and other things like that, they don't grow over winter. Go. I didn't reset my bale counter, so I don't know. So, before we leave for the night, which will be after we're done baling, I'm going to show you the Easter eggs again. We led off the start of the stream with them. We'll end it too. For anyone that didn't see the Easter eggs. Oh, well, they'll spawn. You don't lose any. When you clear the area, the more should spawn in. Fairly quick. Alright. No, I don't think you're losing any. It's just... it's saying there's no more room to spawn. So then you move the eggs. And you should see... more pallets come in pretty quick. Alright, as far as... let's turn this thing off. As far as Easter eggs go, we talked about, we know we can buy beer here at the convenience store. Right, we just come up here, we can choose to buy beer, how much we want, spawns right here. Well, if you bring that case back to this little table, then it basically spawns in the table, and we can sit here in the chair, and then we can decide that we wish to have a little beverage. Left mouse button up and down. That's kind of cool. Inside here, we can take an afternoon nap on the couch. We can also take a nap on the couch up here at the... oh, wait. I forgot. I forgot to check out my smoke. Oh, it's still smoking. Yeah, we're still smoking our fish. So we sleep on the couch over here at the fish area. Back to the farm. Oh, let's go over here. Yeah, Allie, we know. We've mentioned it before. I mentioned it multiple times today. We can have the radio on while we work on our tractors.
Werkstattsong, wir arbeiten den ganzen Tag.
Don't know if that's a real song or not. I'm getting there. And we can turn on the TV. And then we can sit in our chair.
Farmer Andy pirft den Acker, Schaufel schwingt wie ein Macher. Traktor brummt, zieht die Furchen, Sonnenschein auf seinen Buchen. Die Mädels lächeln auf dem Hof, Andi winkt und ruft Hallo. Rotes Band im Haar der Lena, füllt die Eimer mit dem Kleiner. Hey Farmer Andy, oh so kernig, grüßt die Damen sehr behändig. Acker bauen und mehr verstehen, freudig übers Land wir gehen.
Yeah, that's probably the bar.
Kommt mit frischen Eiern,
I know how to
Andi
definitely do
sieht's
it.
und fängt an zu feiern. Arme um den Hals von Karin, so behält er seinen Charme in. Der Himmel blau, die Sonne lacht. Farmer
It shouldn't be a
Herz voll
it shouldn't be a strike.
Lustig schreitet er
It should
dahin,
just be a notice that
singt
you can't
dabei mit
monetize or
frohem
monetize as
Sinn.
sharing.
Hey Farmer Andy, oh so kernig, grüßt die Damen sehr behändig. Acker bauen und mehr verstehen, freudig übers Land wir gehen.
And those are the ones I know about. If there's other Easter eggs that I didn't show off, then let me know in the comments. But that's where we're going to shut her down for the night. Like I mentioned, Friday night at midnight, we are giving away a copy of Farming Simulator 25 Collector's Edition. That is pinned in chat, linked in the description. Anyone in the United States can sign up and is eligible to win. If you are on PC, then you'll have a functional copy of the game that you can download or install off a DVD, as well as all of the other fun Collector's Edition stuff that you see here. If you're on console, you can still get the Collector's Edition. You just won't be able to install it or use the codes. But you'll still be able to have all the other stuff. The ignition switch does not work on console. It relies on the PC version to function. But as a collector, well, it's not always that you can play with your collectibles. It's the fact that you have your collectibles. So that's going to do us for streaming tonight. We'll be back over the weekend over on our secondary channel. And next week, we're traveling to PAX. So at most, we'll do a live stream on Monday. And then you won't see anything from me until probably Wednesday, the May 10th. Or whenever that is. Wednesday in 2 weeks. Until next time, happy farming.